Shri Harihi Shri Vaishnava Samhita Book 1 Chapter 1 Radhika Kucha Kasturi Kunkumankita Vakshasthalam Shringara Rasa Murtim Tam Bhakta Kolahalam Bhaje. I worship Shri Bhakta Kolahala, the very personification of Shringara Rasa, whose chest is marked with fragrant kasturi and kumkum applied on the breasts of Devi Radhika. Shri Sadgurunatha, lotus-eyed, the majestic and virtuous, was seated on a tiger skin mat in a yogic posture of Virasana under a pipal tree on the pleasant bank of river Veena in the holy center of the renowned Paranur called Bhakta Kolahala. His countenance was illuminated with divine bliss. His neck was elegantly long like the holy conch. He had delightfully long arms and a broad chest. He was dark like clouds. He was adorned with qualities of courage and humility. He was overwhelmed by luscious sweetness of Krishna Bhakti, devotion to Lord Krishna, and hence his eyes were filled with tears of joy and his hair stood on end. The Bhagavatottamas, the learned disciples, paid their respects to this illustrious and compassionate Sadguru and started conversing with him humbly as follows. The Bhagavatottamas said, O revered and venerable one, we had the rare pleasure of listening to the wonderful and delightful account of Sri Krishna's divine pastimes that is capable of developing prem, loving devotion towards Lord, elaborated in your sacred work entitled Shri Brindavana Mahatmyam. Now we are eager to listen to the life stories of devotees of Lord Sri Hari. These are capable of eradicating all the evil propensities of Kali Yuga and bestowing all good on the listeners. Be pleased to give us a detailed account of the divine deeds of those great men who graciously descended on the earth only to do away with evils of Kali. Shri Sadguru said, with the beginning of the Kali Yuga, the people of the earth were engulfed by vices. Then all the devas, accompanied by rishis, siddhas, and vidyadharas, assembled on the north bank of the spiritual ocean of milk and prayed to Sri Hari, the overlord of all the world, for well-being of the entire universe. At that time, there appeared Sri Bhagavan, the repository of mercy, seated on Garuda, the Lord's carrier. He was holding the holy conch and the disc in his two hands, and the other two were in the Abhaya and Varada mudras. These two postures of the hands of the Lord remove fear and sorrow and bestow boons respectively. His complexion was lustrously dark like the fresh rain bearing clouds. His chest was marked with Srivatsa, the insignia of Shri. The Deva, the chief of all Devas, was attired in yellow silk and was wearing the glisterous Kaustuba gem on his chest. All the Devas, along with the saints, prostrated themselves before the Lord, the consort of Devi Lakshmi, and the savior of those who have surrendered unto him. With folded palms, they entreated him as follows. The Devas said, O Bhagavan, the refuge of the Bhaktas, devotees, Purushottama, Madhava, please cast your eyes graciously on earth, afflicted with the evils of Kali. Was not the perpetual path of righteousness, Sanatana Dharma, protected and established by you again and again on this earth, mercifully by hundreds of your incarnations? Notwithstanding that, at this time Kali, inclined only towards vices, is ceaselessly goading the people to follow the path of unrighteousness. As a result, all men are overwhelmed by Kali, and hence they are they are indifferent towards all virtues and righteousness. They go about performing evil deeds and sinful actions. The Brahmanas have given up their traditional duties of studying and teaching the Vedas and performing yajnas, sacrifices, themselves and helping others in that. They are simply interested in earning their daily bread. The royal dynasties that protected all the Dharma have declined. Only those self centered men who have muscle power become the rulers of the people. The Vaishyas, the merchant class, have also given up the prescribed duties of engaging in trade and protecting the cows. They have also forsaken the Dharma, the code of conduct meant for them in the society. The fourth class of the society, the Sudras, has also taken up evil conduct and is engaged in abusing the gods, the demigods, and the Brahmanas. Most of them have turned atheists and follow irreligious paths. Also, the Chandalas refuse to carry on their traditional duties of cremating the dead bodies. Thus, all have violated their individual dharma and prescribed duties and act according to their whims. All men consider that religious precepts envisaged in the Vedas are prescriptions made by cunning Brahmanas for their self aggrandizement. Women have also become very brave and independent. They have started going out to earn money on their own, ignoring the needs of their husbands and children. The sanctimonious and anti Vedic men abuse the Vedic religion. They established their theology among the innocent people. The brahmacharis do not observe self discipline and celibacy. They hanker after women. Assuming themselves to be men of great knowledge, they abuse the Guru and disobey their parents. All the householders are deceitful and cunning. They are torn by worries. They have too many children to care for but are very poor. They are interested only in making money. In this Kali Yuga, Vanaprasthas, the aged men retiring to the forest, are recluses, are not found anywhere. Some wicked men grow long hair and nails and cheat the common people. Alas, many on this earth now are not real ascetics, yatis, but are in fact those who have abandoned their families due to their anger or despair. They are clad in saffron and yet are not rid of infatuation for women. They loiter around having no control over their tongue. Thus, as all the dharmas have declined, people find no peace and well being in this Kali Yuga. They simply wander about like evil spirits. Govinda, you are the very repository of unbounded mercy. Pray, enlighten us on the way in which Kali, the root cause of all sinful activity, can be destroyed. The Sadguru said, thus appealed to by the Devas and the saints, Lord Shri Vishnu, ever enthusiastic in protecting the universe, said the following in a sweet and soft voice. Shri Bhagavan said, this Kali, promoting all evil deeds, has rightly come into vogue now and in its prescribed time according to my orders. Ignore the vices of Kali and look for its merits. In this Kali Yuga, any individual can easily win me over simply through chanting my divine names, Nama Sankirtan. Just as darkness of night in the house is dispelled by a lamp, the evil effects of Kali are shattered by singing of my names. People born in this Kali Yuga are lazy, slow-witted and unfortunate. Hence, they will not come forward to observe the various kinds of strict austerities, and hence they long to have some way that is devoid of even the simplest austerities, but at the same time is capable of yielding noble results in this Kali Yuga. So I shall enlighten you of such a dharma. Listen to me, O Devas. It's not the chanting of my sacred divine names. Is not the chanting of my sacred divine names superior to the hosts of all other dharmas? Due to my causeless mercy, I am very much pleased and enthusiastic to spread the glory of that dharma which manifests itself in the kirtan of my divine names. This is the path most suitable to this Kali Yuga. In order to uplift the world from the ocean of morass of Kali Yuga, I shall at once send my devotees like the noble Narada. Shri Sadguru continued. Listening to those words of the Lord, all the devas and the saints felt relieved and happy. Paying their respects to Lord Madhusudana, the very embodiment of eternal bliss, they took leave of him and reached their abodes, anticipating the advent of devotees on earth. The Lord at once called all the great devotees and, due to his mercy, sent them down this earth in order to liberate this world from Kali. All these devotees of Lord Vishnu descended on the earth again on the explicit command of the Lord and traversed its length and breadth as immaculate and emancipated souls. Now I am going to narrate the life stories of those great souls. That sweet narration, having the power to bestow all good boons, is capable of eradicating the evil propensities of Kali. Thus ends chapter 1, entitled Kalidharmaniroopanam of Book 1 of Shri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Shri Krishna Prema Swamigal.